Welcome back. The Estill Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show continues. The second season has arrived, and it is Bulldogs versus Bulldogs in a WBL matchup in the first round of the postseason. We'll be at the Dog Pound. Obviously, you can see it, you can hear it. It's time. And being joined by Coach Lehman right now. Coach, before we preview, let's rewind. You okay with doing that?
Absolutely.
I want you to go back to our very first pregame interview. We're getting set for the season opener. How different, how much better is this team now compared to 3 months ago?
I think we're a ton better. I think, there was a lot of uncertainty coming into the season with who's going to be available. And I think, we didn't really expect to be as good defensively as we have been. So we've come a long way. It's been a blur, but really, really long at the same time. So I think we've progressed very well. And I think our guys are hungry, ready to go.
I was going to say, it's been too long since we've had the opportunity to get Bulldogs boys basketball on the air. But last time we talked, I think up until that point in time of the season, you'd only had 2 opponents bust the 50-point mark on you. I said, that you just said you weren't sure how good you were going to be defensively, but we had more than just a few glimpses of it throughout the course of the season. What's led to that? Is it just attitude, a combination of chemistry, learning where you need to be on the court, a number of different things?
I think those 2 things sum it up perfectly. I think we've got a group that they're very, selfless when we're on the defensive end of the floor. I think we're versatile with who we can have guard. We've got 5 guys typically that can guard all 5 positions. So, we've got, our heart and soul kind of defensively in Logan Hutchison that doesn't care a whole lot about scoring, but he's going to get up and pressure and make the lives difficult of the opposing point guards. So I think that's kind of what's made us tick, and that's got kind of what got us going. The games that we've struggled, the games we've lost, the opposing team has gotten transition looks. So I think when we've gotten into our half-court defense and we can keep people in front, we're pretty good.
Let's go ahead and break down tonight's opponent. Again, just a couple of games ago, you're playing Salina. It was a convincing win. Now 2 weeks later, not even 2 weeks, 2 games later, you've got the scout. Obviously, both teams have the scout on each other. Does that help? Does it make a difference? Is it a push at best?
I think it helps. I think just seeing each other last Friday helps a little bit. But, I think it goes both ways. And I think they didn't show a whole lot offensively or defensively. So I think they're keeping some things in their pocket that we're going to see tonight. So our guys have just got to be ready to go. And we've got to be ready to pressure like we do. And we've got to, take care of the basketball offensively. I think they're going to try to be physical, so we've got to be strong.
You mentioned being strong. Starts with being boss with the ball. They don't have it. They can't score. What's the key offensively tonight?
Take care of it. I think we're really, really good when we don't turn the basketball over. So when we're efficient and when we're really deliberate with the basketball and get the best shot, high percentage shots for us have led to field goals. And when we're quick and we take bad shots, it's kind of doomed us because that leads to transition, like I just mentioned. And when we give up transition buckets, that's when things kind of spiral out of control for us. So we've got to take care of it and be really deliberate.
Again, being deliberate, you don't want to quick shot yourself out of possession or possessions. Is it safe to make the comparison a bad shot tonight is the same as a turnover?
Without a doubt. And I think we typically take care of the basketball, but when we take bad shots, that can lead to some transition opportunities for the opposing team. So, high percentage shots and moving sides of the floor are going to be big.
Let's go ahead and break them down here. Warrens and Wicker clearly are the 2 big guns, almost 17 and 14 points per game. I don't want to say it drops off after that, but they are clearly high-volume shooters. The ball needs to go through them, at least touch. What's the key to disrupting them defensively?
Well, they don't play many guys. They play 7 guys, and those 2 are definitely the keys. What they do well is they know their roles, and they bought into. They've got 2 big fellas that are really, really physical, and then they've got 3 other guys that move the basketball, screen very well. They space the floor well. So, they're still a tough matchup just in that those 7 guys know what to do and what not to do. And when those shooters get hot, they're capable of, the Wicker kids had 30 a couple games, and Warrens has been up in the 20s. So they're capable of getting it going, and we've got to make sure we're keeping them uncomfortable early.
You've talked a little bit about your defense, and it's not just making it one and done, but you've been able to turn defense into offense this year. We've talked about this before. I don't think I've had the chance to chat with you about it. There is a difference between tempo and rhythm. You might want a fast tempo, you might want a slow tempo, but you still need to be in rhythm depending on what you want. How good has this team been in balancing getting both so to
Yeah,
speak, this
when
season.
we play fast, we're not very good. But when we play with tempo and we play under control and pressure and make the defense create some offense, we're really, really good. So last weekend, both Salina and Findlay, we were able to press and get them to turn it over. And we had a couple big runs in both games because we played with tempo and we played smart. Now, if we get out of control and play too quick, that's when we haven't been very good. So there's definitely a balance and fine line.
Last year, it was on the road at Upper Sandusky. Obviously, Bulldog fans traveled pretty well. You get to sleep in your own bed. You get to stay in routine with a home game this time around. How big of an advantage is that?
That's big, and I think that's something that our seniors deserve is to get one more at home. It's always better to play, on your home floor and be comfortable enough. But our guys have still got to be ready to go because Salina doesn't have anything to lose. They're playing with house money, and they're going to give us their best.
Before we close this one up, got to give Clear Ligon his props. As of, 48 hours ago, postseason awards being announced. I won't steal your thunder, but well-deserved for the young man.
100%. Being all district in District 8, the Lima area is no joke. And for him to be second-team district and get an opportunity to represent our school in the District 8 All-Star Game, which, it's changed formats to where it's the best 16 players in the Lima area regardless of age. So it's not just seniors. So he's earned that, and that's something that we're very proud of him for.
We're going to hear from him just around the corner. He walks and talks more like a man than he did a season ago, but I won't steal his thunder. We'll let him tell you about it in his own words. Coach, one more time, thanks for giving us access to the program, and good luck to you tonight.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
We're going to take a quick time out. We're back with our player profile. Khalil Ligon, don't you go anywhere. You're watching the Estill Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show on DCTV Sports.